Just a skosh.
Just a titch.
Just a wee bit.
One titch.
This is the first time we're not in normal location.
Oh, this is really starting? You're really starting now? Welcome back to Insightful Hypocrites episode 10.
Whoa.
I took it. Thanks for listening, guys. First time we're at a new location. We are in my humble abode today, and we have our first guest. Nate, our good buddy, he was the first one to sit in too.
Here for my check.
Here for my check.
I'm here to collect.
Well,
Free tie-dyes.
you're not going to make much. We're going to kind of free flow and go with some conversation. We don't
So
have much
this
planned.
week is completely changed up. We got this new mixer that holds 3 mics. We got a 3-mic setup. We're doing it on a laptop. We're not in the same spot as normal. We normally at my place. Tonight we are at Danton's place. Yeah, you don't realize how much equipment goes into it until you got to pack it all up and fucking move it.
Thanks for joining us. That's the whole episode. Have a good one, guys.
Catch us next week.
I don't eat onions at all. Like I'll eat them, but it's like I don't fucking need that. You know what I mean? They're not good.
What? Like, am I missing something, or was there no context?
No,
behind
there's
that?
no context. I love that. You don't like onions? That's
I mean,
weird.
They're okay, but like
I personally
go without.
really, really enjoy onions, and I can tell you exactly why. It's because my mom is not good with portion control in general. It's like a McMullen trait. Like, you know, I used to do Danner cereal bowls and mixing bowls. Like, everything is big here. So she puts, like, if she puts onion in something, it's like a lot of fucking onion, you know what I mean? If she puts garlic in something, it's a lot of garlic. So I always loved onion because onion's one of her favorites, and she would just... He was like, you had to like onion. You know what I mean? Or you can't like my mom's cooking.
I'll fuck with a sauteed onion, but like something else sauteed is better.
Something
you know what
else
I mean?
sauteed is
Something
better.
else fried's better. I don't really need it.
You can tell Nate's hungry.
You know.
I'm pretty hungry myself, to
I
be
mean,
honest.
I'm
We should have
fucking
ate
lettuce,
before this.
I have Jimmy John's up there. It doesn't help you guys at all, but...
Let's order a pizza and have it delivered from someplace in this
Nowhere
town that has
delivers to bumfuckery, bro.
100 people in it.
Delivery guy could be the first guest.
Come on, have a segment, man.
You want to be on a podcast?
On our really popular
That's
podcast.
what when we call the place, we say like, "Hey, if you deliver here, you can be on our podcast."
We're recording it right now.
They're like, that makes me not want to come even more.
Well, you're already on it, bitch. You're on it now, motherfucker.
Honestly,
We're not funny, really. Nah.
I'm not funny at all. I don't
like
know.
your guys' shit.
Like, why for so long were we like, let's start a podcast? Because now, every week, I'm like, God damn it, man.
It's the natural shit
It's
that's funny, though.
egos.
It's when it flows, you know?
it's egos.
We gotta not, like, break off.
We thought we had something. No, I didn't think we had something to say. It was to talk about your business. So
Yeah.
let's talk about your business. What's been up with Good Note this week? Let's start with that because we're gonna start with that anyway.
A lot of custom orders this week.
Custom orders from like people that send you what they want and then
I hit the mic, hold on.
good. Hell of a throw.
Different colors and shit, or what?
Did I show you the shirt last week that was the top was blue and the bottom's orange?
Yeah.
The tie-dye for that guy?
Yeah.
Vintage Future.
The
Those shirts are released now. The Californication ones?
Yeah.
Those shirts are released now, and he's been getting orders, so now sending them to me, and then I'm making them and sending them to him, and he gets them printed and sells them.
That's awesome.
So
Those are really cool shirts.
I just get paid to dye them.
Side note.
And
did
I'm
you guys
doing-
watch Californication?
A bed set, I've seen some of it.
It's like a male soap opera.
The first 2
honestly.
seasons were great.
It's so much fucking, and I really enjoy it.
The character is great. I love his attitude.
Yeah, I like David Duchovny and a lot of shit he's in. He's a good actor. I really enjoyed that show. But go back to the business. Sorry.
I got a custom order for a bedspread this week, which I haven't done in
bedspread?
a while, like a full set, yeah. And it was Supima cotton, which I've never dyed before. I was worried it wasn't going to dye, but I just got the main, not like what you fold over your mattress, but the sheet that goes on top of that, like the sheet before the comforter. I forgot what they call that sheet, but
the sheet that just goes over you?
The real thin sheet that's like in between the comforter and
I hate that sheet. I don't ever use that sheet.
Yeah, I don't either. But I
My
just
mom
got
is
done
such a
dyeing
fan
that
of
one,
that.
and then
You like sheets?
tonight I gotta dye the
I don't ever
pillowcases
think
and
about
the.
Dude, I hate that. Why do people like that middle sheet? Because all it does is get balled up and in the way. I like just the blanket, and I just want to curl up in the blanket. Like, why do you need that
My
middle
bed's
sheet?
weird. I got like all the sheets and then a comforter, and then I sleep on top of the comforter with another blanket.
Yeah, you're extra weird, dude. That's not normal.
I just got all these. Like my grandma was like, "Do you want this comforter? I've never used it." I'm like, "Sure, more cushion."
Is it one of those like a poofy comforter, like the normal ones, the thick ones? So it's
It's pretty
nice
comfy,
and soft.
and then my bed's
Okay,
super comfy.
I get it.
It's a nice sleep. Oof,
Somebody
that bed's comfy.
Somebody send you a bunch of sheets to dye, or what?
Dude.
Do you have to buy them?
No, she bought them and brought them.
That's
It was someone local, so
Oh,
she
yeah.
bought them and brought them to me.
Oh, yeah. That's probably hard to do.
And
It's
then-
one of.
It's a lot. The sheets are huge. That's the main thing. It's
What
like
size?
a queen
King
or
size?
it's queen or king. It's a huge sheet.
That's cool. That's
Like,
a
what
cool
is it?
order though.
Like, what goes into doing it?
She pick her colors.
I just asked her favorite colors, and she just, the usual, like blue, purple.
The huge. Okay.
I've been using blue, purple, and red, so I hope she likes blue, purple, and red.
No, that's awesome. Oh, did it turn out well? Is it already done?
I got that sheet, the sheet we were just complaining about. I got that one done pretty much right now, and then I got to do the pillowcases and the mattress wrap, and then I'm done.
Dude, everybody thinks their bed's the best bed in the world. For sure.
Mine's nice, but it's
my
not the
bed
best.
my bed is like top notch. It's up there. When it was brand new, I got a California king bed for free, dude. It's a memory foam California king bed. Yeah, and I told you this, Nate, how I got this bed. Sickest bed. Well, actually, my dad gave my grandpa a driver for it, so it wasn't totally free. So, but my grandpa got it shipped to him. This big ass California king memory foam bed, and they come. Have you ever seen memory foam when it's shipped?
No. Is it all like rolled up or?
They roll it up, but then they seal it in like a vacuum sealed bag, like super sealed. So like it comes like a 20th of the size the fucking thing is. You know what I mean? And then you unroll it, and it takes like a day or two to like completely rise, like bread. Yeah.
I was about to say, I was about to make that comparison.
I always thought it had like a memory foam topper, and it's like a firm bed. It's like memory foam.
It's memory foam all the way through. And so, but when the shipping company came, like they obviously had to unload it for my grandparents, like they couldn't do it. So they came in and they cut it open with a box cutter, the vacuum seal bag, and they cut the mattress. But they didn't cut the mattress; they just cut like that fabric thing that goes around the memory foam. It's like got a zipper on it. You know what I mean? And so the bed was fine, but they'd already put it there. So they're like, well, we have to give you another one now, but we don't have another California King memory foam bed with us, so we got to bring it back. Well, by the time they brought it back, my grandparents had already been sleeping in the bed, so they didn't take that bed. They just dropped off another mattress. So free fucking mattress is what it was. Awesome. Best deal ever. Best deal ever.
Yeah, I got a beanbag that's memory foam, and it's 8 feet.
That huge one?
Feet. And dude, it came in a box that was like a foot and a half by a foot and a half by a foot. And then it's like not going back in that box ever.
Ever.
You know what I mean?
Ever.
Dude, I hate things like that. It's always like that.
You're right.
Like once you pull something out of a box, there's no way
sleeping bag?
it's going in.
Oh yeah.
Once you get a sleeping bag, you know how hard it is to get a sleeping bag back
in
in a sleeping bag? The fucking sleeve it comes with. It's like, how am I supposed to?
Fucking air mattresses.
Oh yeah, air mattresses.
Yeah,
done.
right, yeah.
Never again.
Fuck.
Never. Yeah, what the hell is that shit?
Hammock gang though. What up?
It's because it's Hammock Gang. Yeah, best purchase
Gotta
ever.
rip. Hell yeah, dude.
We could talk about our trip.
Yeah, I'm down, bro. Hammocks for life.
Did we tell you about our trip ever, Tulsa?
I don't know what trip are you talking
So,
about.
obviously we didn't tell you. Well, when I was living out in San Diego, I stayed with my aunt early this year, or last year, I guess, for like 6 months in San Diego. I helped her out around the house and stuff because my uncle died and just whatever, lived out there. It was a good time. But Nate flew out when I was about to drive back to here. Nate flew out, and then we were going to do the cross-country trip back. So we took my car up Highway 1, which goes up the Pacific coast of California. So you get to see, like, it's one of the most beautiful highways in the entire country, like one of the most scenic routes. So we took that from San Diego pretty much up to almost San Fran, and then cut over from there and went to Yosemite and stayed in Yosemite. We did like a hike up to El Cap, which we were so ill prepared for, man. Like
We signed up for the 30-mile hike.
Is that where you took the picture in the Good Note show?
Yeah, we took the picture in the Good Note show on top of El Cap, but it's the one that Alex Honnold climbed this year. When I was talking about him earlier this year, the climber, he did that free solo climb that was like the most amazing climb in the history of ever. Like, you remember talking about that?
Yeah, we watched the video.
So it was the same mountain, and so that's when we were on. But so Nate made the mistake of like letting me. When you get to Yosemite, you have to like go get you have to go talk to the rangers, and you have to like go. You just can't go camp anywhere in Yosemite. Like, it's against the law. You get picked up and fined. So you have to go get a permit, and then they only let so many people on each trail, so that it always feels like you're secluded. You know what I mean? That you're not running into people constantly, and then they can make sure. And they also do it for safety purposes. So like, if you're gonna take a 30-mile hike like we did, and you get fucked up, they know how long you're supposed to be there and who's there, so they know if you don't come back, then they need to go look for you.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
They have like trailheads along the way. You're supposed to like sign in so they know.
And so
past this point,
we got super lucky that we went the week before they get really busy. So she was like, we walked in. You have to go to the ranger station. They opened at they opened at 11 in the morning or something, I think it was. And like, we walked in at like 12:30, no line. Walked right up. We're like, hey, we need a permit. It's like, okay, where do you want to go? And we hadn't looked at all. And so I literally said to her, I was like, I don't know, we haven't done much research. And she's like, oh, that's not good. She's like, that's not good at all. She was like, I was like, we'll be fine. She's like, go look at them. So Nate made the mistake of letting me pick, and I was way overconfident about our ability to do a hike. Way overconfident. And so I picked literally the longest trail. The longest trail that was rated super difficult.
There's the whole north rim of
north rim of Yosemite. Yeah, you have to go up and down like 3 mountains. And it's 30 miles. We're going to do 10 miles a day. So we're going to be there for, a little less. We were there for 4 days, 3 nights. Or what was it? No, it was more than that. We had 5 days. That's why we thought we could do it.
Yeah.
5 days, 4 nights.
Exactly.
And so, it's so funny.
So we had 100 pounds each on our back.
We didn't have the right backpacks. We were so ill-equipped. We had the wrong
ill-prepared.
shoes. We didn't have the right backpacks. We had nothing. We had to go in. We had to buy hiking shoes. We had to go buy hiking backpacks. We had to go buy literally everything because we tried to do it with what we had in our little like school backpacks, and we put them on once, and we're like, no fucking way.
Well, you have this bear-proof container too.
You have to.
Plastic. Like you put all your food in it, so if a bear comes up, they only fuck with that. You know what I mean?
You put all your food and you put it away from camp.
It's like a big log already.
Yeah,
so
it's
you
like
gotta, pack around that and stuff.
What'd you say, like a foot and a half across, and then it's like a miniature barrel. It's like when you've seen like a Heineken mini keg. It's like that size, okay, and the end opens, and it's just this plastic container, and like you said, you put all your food, any lotion, all kinds of stuff, and then you just put it away from your camp, and they'll fuck with that, hopefully, and not eat you. And we were in hammocks. We were like bear burritos up there.
Idiots,
you know what I mean? Like
Bear burrito.
like that's for real.
That's the title.
But but we started out. We started our hike like in the morning. We hadn't eaten at all that day. We fucked up. We started so equipped. Nate was a smoker at the time. I was a smoker at the time. So we had the wrong equipment. We way overpacked. If you're a good hiker, you probably went with like 30 pounds, right? Like 30 pounds max is what you would have brought.
Look, Murph's on the podcast.
Hey, what are you doing, buddy?
He's podcasting.
Get down, bud. We love you, but you gotta get down.
Not today, bud.
No, he was literally. For context, he was like
Kissing the mic.
on the mic, like he wanted to tell a
Literally
story.
kissing the mic.
He's like, oh boy.
But so we're ill-equipped. We didn't eat the day before. We had to buy a bunch of equipment. And like I said, an experienced hiker, we found out afterwards, probably had like 30, 40 pounds, right? For the hike we were going on. We probably each had 100 pounds, 80 pounds or 100 pounds of shit. Like,
hard to get
so
up on my
overpacked.
shoulders. And then we're going up a mountain. Like, I
The
think we did
first
like
10
4,000
miles are
feet
like,
up,
yeah, it was more than that even. It was like a 10
elevation change.
your elevation change. It was like 10,000
Man,
feet.
the coolest part of that though, we walked in and it looked like it was all like burned. It looked like a fire went through and shit. And then we walked out 4 days later and it was like a jungle, dude. It was like spring
just started
when we were in there, man. It was a totally different looking trail when we like walked out.
That quick, huh?
It was
Like
sick,
you couldn't even see the path that we like first started on.
Yeah.
But it was funny. So we finally get the right equipment. We haven't eaten all morning, right? We both spent $250 on equipment now.
On a book bag.
Easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? $400 on equipment now. Like we're gonna start in the morning. Now it's 4 p.m. when we finally start. We haven't eaten all day because we were fucking messing up with our hike. You know what I mean? And then we had to go buy equipment. We're running around making sure we're going to start on the right day. Hadn't eaten all day. The day before is when we finally drove to Yosemite. We'd been driving all day. We only had one meal. Everything we did was wrong. So we finally start out. We make it like what? 200 yards?
We had to hitchhike up to
that's the other problem. You can't... it's a 30-mile hike that doesn't finish where it starts. So you have to either park at the beginning and then hitchhike at the end, or you have to park at the end and hitchhike to the beginning. And
we're ambitious, so we park at the end.
We parked at the end of a 30-mile hike, and then it took us forever to hitchhike up there.
Yeah.
That was part of the problem. Finally, like, what was it? That Indian guy stopped and his wife.
Yep.
And
they were nice.
Yeah,
they were
the
cool.
nicest people finally stopped for us after we walked like probably walked 5 miles before someone picked us up, and then someone picked us up. They took us the rest of the way. We finally start hiking. It's like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock now. So it's like, we better get going or it's going to be dark soon. You know what I mean? And we made it 200 yards, I bet. And we were, 200, like, up 30-degree incline.
It's like back and forth.
You have to zigzag to start.
Yeah.
But we made it 200 yards and we're both like, holy shit.
Like,
what do we get into? 30 miles of this shit? Like,
pack-a-day smoker at the time.
Right, yeah. And like both of us, smokers, unhealthy, hadn't eaten right, like carrying 100 pounds. Hadn't done a hike like this ever. Neither of us work out at the time. I was like a mild hiker.
All we had for water filtration was a
life straw. Man.
You have to suck on that bitch for like 30 seconds to get the water going through, man. We should have died.
It's so nuts.
Dude, there was a time up there when I took a dump and I got back up and like my blood pressure had to be so low or something, dude, because like I almost like passed out and shit. Like I was malnourished, like dehydrated, like fucking
dude, it was
super exhausted.
It's such a great experience.
Oh, yeah. We're just so dumb though,
the first day, like I said, we start so late and we're so tired, and we won't even talk about. So we had to stop a couple times to. That's just our cigarette smoke breaks. You know what I mean? As we're hiking, which didn't help. And so we only got like, 6 miles the first day or something. We didn't even get 10. We didn't even get all the way to the peak. So we like made camp, and had rained like a motherfucker. We couldn't find any dry wood, and we're in hammocks. So
Marsh, dude.
I was so malnourished the first day. Remember, I was like, "There's no way we're gonna make it." I was like shaking.
You're trying to make a fire and stuff.
Yeah, I was trying to make a fire,
wood,
and it was like wet wood. And I was spending like so much time trying to get this fire going. It wouldn't start.
Do you not have a lighter,
dude? And I was like way dehydrated.
Wouldn't burn because it was all rained on and shit.
And we only had that life straw, so it was like, dude, I had this water jug. We filled it up in a creek, and then like we only had the life straw, which, like he's saying, takes like 50 psi
I've
to get
seen
the water
someone to try to use it.
And so, dude, it was so hard to drink any water, let alone the amount we need to stay hydrated for that kind of hike.
Well, it was dark when we found our campsite too, and so like we were 50 paces off the trail.
Right.
I had no idea, and I woke up in the morning, dropped my drawers, taking a dump. Then I'm like, oh, the trail's right the fuck there. But dude, we left that day, and we had to go all the way down, like past the trail, and then down to the creek to get water, fill up our jugs, and I was gassed after that, bro.
Right.
Like carrying that pack around was like an extra me walking around, you know. Like,
We were so ill prepared. It's like I'm saying, the lack of nutrition we went into with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
man.
we were malnourished going into the first day of the hike. So it's like exerting 20,000 calories a day, or 10,000. It's like
right.
That's it. You know, we were like, we don't have it. You know what I mean? And
Terrible.
so we didn't have any water, basically. I mean, we drank, but it was like, dude, my lips were swollen.
Yeah.
By the time we were done, my tongue hurt. But so we made it the second day. We made it to the top of El Cap. And that day, you were fucked up, remember?
Yeah, bro.
Like, he was doing the same thing I was doing the day before. He was, like, shaking. Like, he was so dehydrated. And I was like, we're staying up here an extra day. So we, like, took the next day. We ate. We got hydrated. We had this awesome campsite. Like, we did exactly like what you're supposed to do if you have a fire. It wasn't windy. We were blocked on 3 sides, you know what I mean? But,
That was dope. It was a big ass rock, and then there's some trees next to
boulder the size of, like, half this
it.
basement,
It's like
dude.
bigger than the one SpongeBob rode.
But bigger than SpongeBob's house is where we
Oh, way
camped.
bigger than his house.
And we had 2 hammocks, or Patrick's house, I mean. You know what I mean? That.
Oh yeah, I'm dumb. Yeah, I went along with it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the group mentality.
Patrick's
shit,
house.
I think I have a
That
problem
is the
with
group.
that, yeah. It's like, yeah, I agree.
It's so easy
you know what
to
I mean?
just. Well, it's your not thought process because you think what they're saying because you've seen it. Like, you don't even think about it. You're like, oh yeah, and then
Right.
oh, takes you a second for your
Yeah.
brain to realize that what they said was wrong. But yeah, it is just easy to agree.
I do just say incorrect shit all the time too. It's weird.
We all do. But anyway,
Yeah.
back to this hike. So the second day, he's all fucked up. So I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, we were so ill prepared. So that we took the third day on top of El Cap, and we just drank as much water as we could. We ate all of our peanut butter, basically, and nuts and berries. And then the next day, we're like, all right, we start. And then I look at the map, and I realize it's like, it's 20 more miles, basically, to the end. But it's like,
and it's not straight or down. It's
No.
up and around the mountain.
yeah, it's like you have to go up and down, like, 2
Yeah.
more mountains. And so I was like,
We
let's
just
just stay here. And
we
then
just didn't know what was beyond, you know.
we were not prepared. Like, we would not have made it. Like, we would have needed rescued if we tried to continue on.
Yeah, unless it was mostly downhill,
Yeah, we would have needed rescued.
We walked out like 11 miles that one day.
Right, it was so funny. It was like by the end I felt good because we took the days to like
Yeah.
eat again and
Eat all the
like
peanut butter, like you said.
he said all brought that was peanut butter, nuts, berries. Like we brought because you're not supposed to you can't bring like stuff that smells a lot for the bears. You know what I mean? Like honestly, we had to buy bear spray. It's like a real thing you're
Yeah.
supposed to worry about there.
Like,
We saw a bear in Yellowstone.
Yeah, 2
Not
cubs
Yellowstone,
actually
dude,
with a
but-
mom, which is the most dangerous.
probably wouldn't have went hiking there. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
my
Just gotta
take on it.
Keep
It
your
was
eyes
crazy, and we were so fucked up though. So we just ended up staying there for 2 days, and then 3 nights or whatever, and just staying on El Cap with our awesome site and exploring there and hiking from there. We're coming back, and then we hiked down,
open. Walked out in one day.
walked
It's like
out, yeah,
11,
and then
7 miles.
but downhill is so easy,
Oh,
dude. We
yeah.
did it in like an
That's
hour
nice,
and a half.
yeah.
It was like we were running
I
basically.
remember
like-
meeting people on the way down. It's like they're like, "How bad is it?" It's like it's fucking bad.
Right, it's hard. Like have fun.
Terrible.
'Cause, like, you get to that. There's this syndrome. There's like this effect. It's not a syndrome. Like all people experience when you're hiking or going up, like a ridge, that it always seems like you're about to the top. You know what I mean? Because when you're going up it, you can't see the top from where you're at. You can just see like the little crest before the
Yeah.
next little crest.
You're just
So-
like, I'm almost there. I'm almost
you
there.
keep thinking
I'm
it's like,
almost there.
man, it's just like 200 more yards up there, and it's like we gotta almost be there. It's like, oh, here's this straightaway. Remember that long rock straightaway?
Mm-hmm.
before you took the right, and then you have to go through that whole forest. But we took this, it's like a quarter mile, like, of 45-degree fucking incline. Remember that shit? Like, it was brutal. It was a brutal uphill hike, okay?
Yeah,
like, I'm not gonna lie.
Area, you get to the top of that area, there's more.
And you kept thinking, like, oh man, it's like, this cannot keep going. And it ended up being like a quarter mile or half mile, like, I bet.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's probably.
I don't even know.
I don't know, it's hard to say, but it was a brutal, like, uphill part. And, like, man, we took a nap halfway through. Remember that? Isn't that where we took a nap?
I'm not sure.
But yeah, from there, after we hiked down, we freaking went to Yellowstone. That was awesome.
Yeah, we saw a couple of bears there.
Saw some bears.
Like,
we saw a wolf, I think.
We did a hike there in the first day. I mean, like a half mile into the trail, there's a couple of bears.
Yeah, which, by the way, if no one warns you about, like, you can really just walk the fuck up
on the trail.
They
basically,
They were like literally 10 feet from the trail at one point, and the only reason we knew is because as we were walking in, some guy was like, "Oh, hey, there's a bear up there." He's like, "Oh,
yeah, we
thanks."
Fucked, honestly.
Right? And he was like, "Yeah, she has 2 cubs. Like, be careful." It's like, "Thanks." You know, like, if you didn't tell me, we would have just walked right up on a mom with 2 cubs.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we were on the lookout.
He walked away like those 2 are dead.
But literally, we saw him. Like, we were keeping our eye out, and like, then we just had to do like you have to do a big loop around him. So basically, it's like you never get too close to him.
Avoid the bears.
So you just go way around them, and they don't fuck with you. But it was pretty cool. And then we saw, what did we see? Moose? No, we didn't see a moose, did we?
That fucking
saw elk,
nice ass wolf or coyote.
I think it was a wolf.
He was
huge.
Man. Like,
he was beautiful.
It was just like a majestic wild dog, dude. Mm. Like it was just amazing.
Oh, I caught a trout there with the total wrong equipment, man. We had these like little telescopic poles, which like it's like the ones that break down and like just a handle. They're made for like putting in a backpack, and we're trying to fish in this like river that is flowing so fast because, like I said, spring is just starting.
It's one that like bears snatch fish out of in their mouth.
So it's
right?
it's glacier.
That's
it's the glacier melt. You know what I mean? And so like the water's moving really fast because it's all the snow melt from the mountains because spring's coming. And so it's like a fast. And we had these tiny little rods. We were way ill-equipped there too, trying to fish, but we didn't want to buy fly fishing gear. And so I did end up catching a trout. We freaking cleaned it, ate it with. Only thing we had was some dried berries, so we made some dried. It was actually pretty good. It was like cranberry trout. We cooked over the fire.
This is not something that I would ever do.
It was cool, man.
No interest.
No.
Oh, it was so amazing.
This sounds like a nightmare.
15 miles out, I think, is that one. It was like a nice, easy though, long hike.
That was an easy.
Yeah, and it was like 15 like straight miles.
Like I've been hiking, but I'm not gonna go catch fish and then cook it and eat it in the wild.
It's kind of natural.
It's like the nicest, freshest fish. It's in the middle of Yellowstone. There's no one there. There's no pollutants there.
It doesn't sound fun to me. First of all, I don't like fishing.
Dude, there's literally.
What about like hunting? Would you like?
There is something. There is something about nature.
I'd never go hunting.
You're denying your instincts, bro.
You come from an animal, man.
I don't like killing animals.
You eat them though.
If you kill and eat it, there's a connection, man.
Yeah, I eat most meat. I kind of quit eating chicken. I don't know why.
That animal for
it's not even that I want to protect chicken. I just don't like the taste sometimes, you know. So I just quit eating chicken.
I'm more about.
Shit, I've seen you eat a McChicken.
That's not even chicken.
Lately, no, it's like lately, I've been less and less enjoying chicken, and it's more like the chicken breast that you cook at like.
If you put chicken up your butt, you poop out your mouth.
I don't think that's is
that
a Snapple fact?
South Park told me. South Park told me.
Snapple fact number 632.
Oh, okay. Then I believe it. Oh, shit.
Snapple wouldn't lie.
Snapple does not lie.
No, it was a South Park episode. You
facts like the back of a Snapple cap, Jack.
Somebody probably tried it.
Yeah, I bet. Oh, gross.
What were we talking about before the?
Yeah. Oh, the hike. No, why don't? But there's something I swear. When you're out in nature,
chicken and fish are like my mains. Yeah.
Wouldn't you say though? Wouldn't you say when you're out there in the middle of nowhere and we were at least. So Yellowstone works differently. Pause, and I'll come right back to that to explain where we're at, where we're hiking. Like Yosemite, they just only let so many people on the trail, and you can camp anywhere. All right, and you only have fires in certain spots. But anyway, at Yellowstone, you pick.
Okay, we've been talking about hiking for 30 minutes.
Really?
Dan has.
You can narrow this down. But at Yellowstone,
the least favorite thing.
This is my.
You got some editing to do, Tulsa.
Yeah.
So much.
Yellowstone at Yellowstone, all right. That's what happens when you don't have a plan. You just talk.
We'll wind up in 3 hours.
Right?
I think we had some bullet points, but now it's just going to be an hour of hiking talk.
Hiking tips.
Me rehashing my former
Here's where
vacation.
I went wrong.
The worst podcast.
Shit.
But
Didn't
anyway,
even
no,
get
so
attacked
at
by a
Yellowstone,
bear.
at Yellowstone, you got to go to the ranger's place, and you have to go through the stupid class. They make you like listen to
Yeah,
a
watch a
class,
video
a
and
safety
Yeah,
class, which is
fucking
the worst.
Fuck being safe.
But but it's about bears too, so it's so you don't die.
Yeah, who the fuck
Your
cares about that
bears can
safety?
smell the menstruation.
Period Cinco.
I heard bears can smell the menstruation.
So
You hear that, Ted Bears?
But yeah, you have to pick a campsite. So there's just like you have to go to one, and they're like a couple miles away from anyone, so you know you're away from anyone. And so ours was, like I said, 50-mile hike. But isn't there something when you're out there in the middle of nowhere, you know there's no one around, you feel at one and like at peace like you've never felt before, man. Like I don't know, there's like the
Yeah,
connection
that's
with
cool.
the energy and the natural
I
reverberation.
like doing that, but after 30 minutes, I'm bored, and I want to get back to
Dude, we sat in
the
our
real
hammock.
world.
We sat in our hammock. We read a full book one day, each of
Yeah, I
us.
read a book for like 8 hours one day.
We had our hammock set up right next to this raging freaking glacier melt river, looking over a basin with mountains all around. There's freaking buffalo and
That'd
this
be
freaking
sick for about an
around
hour.
and elk all around on the
Bears?
the freaking and bears too.
All over?
And on the prairie you
Bugs,
can
man.
see the buffalo and elk out there. And you can like, man, a lot of bugs too.
Yeah.
But
You've
no,
said-
actually
I
there
think you said
wasn't
that
that many
twice now.
bugs in
Skeeters.
Yellowstone because it was so cold.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I
In
remember
Yosemite there was some
having to wear
bugs.
long sleeves at night because of mosquitoes and shit.
Mhm.
But they say it takes a mosquito 5 minutes to bite you.
When he's on you?
Yeah. They like what they like inject though, it numbs you, so they don't like you don't know they're there, you know.
Oh, so they sit there and numb you first, and then
Yeah,
they bite you?
gotta like do a whole bunch of shit before they even.
Sound like these mosquitoes got
Dude,
PhDs.
I don't mean to criticize God,
Whoa, that's a
but
big
there's,
leap.
there's some places where you just gotta sit back and ask yourself, what the fuck, man? You know what I mean?
What
Like-
is this?
Asshole design, right?
Right? Yeah, like, what was your plan here? You know, like, mosquitoes? What the fuck? Like, what the hell is an earwig?
Can't we just have like?
You ever
twice
seen
a
an
day?
earwig?
Ticks are stupid.
Ticks.
Yeah, man. the
All they do is
worst.
transmit diseases in their parents. Maybe
They're gross.
maybe that's part of the death process, though, and there's a...
But yeah, it's like why
It's
why
the yin
can't
and the yang.
why can't everything that eats insects
He
just
giveth-
eat butterflies or grasshoppers? Shit
You know what
that-
I hate?
shit that doesn't
Spiders.
bother me, you know?
Therefore, he
not
taketh away.
Like some of them are deadly. The poisonous ones, like the two that are poisonous. But
Spiders are kind of dope.
but, like,
I hate them when
I
they're
don't-
inside my house.
I don't like spiders in my room. I seen one under my pillow the other day, right before I was going to bed. Really threw me off trying to go to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what's a bullshit?
I've grown to respect spiders though.
You know what's bullshit? Not real. You don't eat that many spiders a year. That one
Yeah,
that
I
everyone
don't
says
think
goes
so.
around. And daddy longlegs are not the most poisonous spider in the world, and their fangs are not.
I've never heard that in my life.
You remember hearing that when you were
Yeah,
younger?
I've heard that shit.
People say that it's like daddy longlegs are the most poisonous spider in the world. Their fangs are just not long enough to bite you. It's like bullshit. It's just not true.
Never
There's
heard
so much
that
It's not
in
true.
my life.
Yeah, it's just like that someone said, and it just kept getting told
Right.
around.
Thank
and then
God
it's
for
like-
the internet, man.
Right?
You can actually fact checks. I
Mhm.
mean, just 100 times better than you know.
Yeah, it's
30.
Can you imagine back in the day having an argument?
Let me get the
Dude, people used to
encyclopedia,
die
motherfucker.
from diarrhea. Think about that. If you
I've
got
come pretty
diarrhea,
fucking
they
close
just
to-
you're fucked, man.
Like, oh shit, this is the end, Carol.
See you later.
Wrap
babe.
it up.
That's the worst. That's the
I've
worst.
come pretty fucking close.
Taco Bell, man.
Dude, I saw this news story. I think it was so sad. They think this little girl, this cheerleader, she died. She was 13 or something. She was in 8th grade.
Diarrhea.
No, not diarrhea. It's even stranger. So she was 13. She was in 8th grade. She made the varsity cheerleading team, and she was about to go to this cheerleading meet. And then all of a sudden she didn't feel good, and she like collapsed or something. So they rushed her to the ER. She died. It was just strep throat.
No
The
shit.
fuck?
Her body had a really bad. Her immune system like had a critical like some kind of reaction to the strep throat virus, and man, killed her. Isn't that nuts?
That's
How many times you
insane.
had strep throat?
That's pretty crazy, man.
I don't know.
Not that I think anyone should be scared of that, but it's just like
Well,
that's
shit.
fucking nuts.
Anything that kills you suddenly is scary.
Yeah, but
Makes
I mean,
my throat hurt
then you'll
thinking
have some,
about it.
People
Placebo
hear shit.
effect.
Right.
People hear shit like that, and then they're like, "Oh my god, strep throat." You know what I mean? And then it's like, happened one time though. You know what I mean?
Ebola.
It's like if you think about the anecdotal all the time, and then you're gonna live in fear, and you can't live in fear, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like because people
But
do that,
there's-
man. They're so
there's
scared of
certain
everything.
Shit you have to be wary of too, though.
You have to be cautious to an extent, but
I mean,
like
if you have a rotten tooth, that shit can kill you.
lock your
you know?
doors. I mean, like don't be
Yeah.
stupid, but like yeah, if your tooth hurts or
But
you
yeah, there's a line between paranoia and being careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. worrying and being careful,
Like, you shouldn't live in total fear. You
But
should
you
be prepared,
but you
and you
should
should be
lock your doors,
cautious.
yeah.
You should be prepared, and you should have caution. But you shouldn't live in fear of everything.
You should lock your doors, but you shouldn't sleep with a gun next to you. You know what I mean?
Under my pillow, loaded, safety
In my
on.
waistband.
Right. I'm holding my gun when I go to
It's in
sleep.
my natural holster.
I keep mine in my prison pocket.
I just squeeze it on mine between my butt cheeks.
I used the keister method, so similar.
Yep, the old prison pocket.
Hot pocket.
Hot.
Hot and nasty.
How do we get to? How do we
Hot
get to
and
here?
stinky pocket. Call it a shrink wrinkle. Or I'm sorry, stink wrinkle.
A stink wrinkle. I like dirt star.
Dude.
Like ham flour.
Ham flour.
Yeah.
About a butthole?
Yeah.
You know what I was watching?
Oh, okay. I was thinking like a flour.
Ham
like
flour.
a-
Oh my god! I just processed
I was
that.
thinking, like,
That's
baking flour, yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't like
Processed
that.
ham.
I do
just
not
processed
like
it.
that at all.
You just made
Yeah.
an entendre.
That makes me feel dirty.
Oh my
Like,
god!
like my whole body's made of ham.
Yeah, that just made me uncomfortable to my core, man.
What are we but pork?
No, they say I don't remember what I was reading or I heard it somebody talking about it might be bullshit. This might be out of no information. Like I might be talking right out of my ham flour here. Alright. But I think they were saying that like we're as closely related to pigs genetically or something
Yeah.
as like or more closely related than chimps. It's like our pink skin. It's like look at us if you just do this. You pull your nose up. It's like we didn't come from pigs. I'm not saying that. But that's weird, right?
I just turned back to your face looking like a pig.
They have multiple stomachs though, don't they? Or do they just have
I don't
one?
know. I don't know that much about pigs. They're smart. They're smart.
They go.
Sure.
I got that part.
What noise does a pig make, Tulsa?
Oink oink.
Oink, oink.
What does the fox
What does the
say?
what does the fox say?
Something like
Legal, legal, lee.
chicka 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 Slim Shady.
Tell me what noise a buffalo makes.
Auga.
Buffalo.
This is going off the rails.
I'm fucking at
Off
it.
the
I'm
rails.
scrapping all this.
Starting over the podcast.
You guys want to
Welcome
start
back to Insightful Hypocrites.
Welcome
episode
with
10.
with absolutely
Episode 10.5.
no excitement there. So
10.1.
Welcome
disappointed.
back
I'm as
to
disappointed to be here as you are.
Bear Burrito.
I wish I could
Bear
I wish I could take
burrito.
credit for stink wrinkle. But
Stink wrinkle. I don't know where ham flour
ham flour
came
makes
from.
me feel dirty.
Yeah, I don't
I
like
got
it,
it from
though.
the Palmer Squares podcast.
I can tell you you should never tell a girl you want anything to do with a ham flour. Like
No, I keep that one for the boys.
or
That's a
like
joke
you
for the
give
boys.
her you give her
Ham flour.
And now it's a joke for everybody listening to this podcast.
We're probably mostly boys.
I would assume. I don't know the gender ratio. Doesn't
I
matter.
was gonna make a
We
joke.
should dissect this Eminem song.
Yeah,
Technically a Logic song. with
let's go
Eminem features.
into
Good,
no.
I only gave it one listen, but
Give what
One listen.
Yeah.
I think I gave it like
I'm not a
300.
stan like you.
Well, I mean,
I
we
thought you
just
said
listened to it
Logic.
literally like 10 times while I was setting up
Is
the
it Logic
equipment.
and-
true.
and Eminem?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
insane.
You have to have an erection when you listen to it.
I mean, I like Logic. He's cool, but Eminem's the greatest
But
of
aren't
all
those like
time.
your two favorites?
No.
It's Eminem 1, and I thought Logic was 2.
Jay-Z's 2.
Oh, yeah.
3'd probably be Mac.
Yeah.
4'd probably be J. Cole. 5 probably Palmer Squares.
Really? Giving the boys a high nod.
It's probably
Shout
my
out.
boys
I do
after
like
that,
their
like
music.
6, 7, 8 would be like
Yeah. I do like
the rest of the homies.
I do like a lot of their music. I really like Smoke and Fuck. I don't know why about it.
That's got Ross Augusta and the Squares, and Drew produced it. Shout out Drew Mantilla. Actually, he just had an album come out on 420. Feel Good Music too. Really good. That was a good background music to my plug for them.
GoodNoStore.com.
And then turn it back to us.
My
Oh,
top
your
5
style,
would be
man.
way down.
And we're live, pal.
Legends never die, man.
Dude, we're getting better.
We just met a legend, Afro man. Well, we didn't meet him, but
Mm-hmm.
legend
Yeah,
not
I
legend.
wanted to go.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have
sucks.
remembered if we did. You could have told me we did, and I'd been like, really?
Joshy did, but
Yeah, I remember Josh. You go back in there. Dude, I was so fucked up.
were you too late on pulling the
That
trigger?
was the drunkest
Tulsa?
I have been, Tulsa.
No, I
in-
had time, but then I just had so much stuff to do
Yeah,
that
I
I
feel
just stayed home. And
How?
Yeah, basically.
I really wanted to go. Like
Yeah.
the whole night when I was
You
working, I
should've
was
gone.
like,
It was
man,
Josh's birthday celebration.
It was his birthday celebration too, and I missed.
Yes.
God, I had work to do. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
You can take one night off.
Work comes first.
I don't like to.
You take nights off to go visit chicas. See?
Well, he's trying to.
Bros before hoes, man. Rule number 1 of the bro book.
He's working on his future, man. Come on.
I'm trying to have some babies in a couple years.
Fuck that shit. Oh my god.
First, get the t-shirt
I don't want to have
money.
a kid until I'm 30, 32. That's a
32?
good age. Fucking no way do I want
I'll be
sooner.
crippled by
I am
then.
way too
I'm
unstable
so
for
out
a
of
child
I'm just,
right now.
My back hurts, my knees.
Yeah,
You got to work out.
No, I feel good. I'm just kidding.
I say that as someone who doesn't work out.
I ate like crap all
You
month
want a
of
kid
April.
right now?
Not
No,
right
we
now.
talked about that. You're nuts.
Like
We
a year
talked
or
about
two.
that once. Yeah, you still.
Working out does not help.
That makes me more
chronic pain.
uncomfortable than ham flour. Even thinking about having a kid right now. Oh my god, no.
Imagine the Instagram likes.
You said this last
I
time.
know. I'm just
I
kidding.
hate you.
I'm just
Good
kidding.
I
I'm
hate
just-
you.
I want a child.
No, fuck.
Dude, for the good note, baby.
My mom just
Right?
said that.
Modeling baby clothes. Oof. My little squirt running around.
Show me the money.
What you said earlier when my mom was talking about having a kid, she's like, I want a grandkid. And then you said it's not my fault.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Dad's like, hey, I'm almost 60. I'm like, well, you know, I don't need to.
Right. Sorry, you're old. You're gonna have to keep waiting. When do you want a kid?
Not for a long time, man. It's weird. Like, so many people had kids 7 years ago from my age. You know, I don't want one for another 7 years, bro.
You
You
got
know,
friends.
if I meet an amazing girl and she wants a kid, I'll fucking do it.
Dude,
I
we
don't
have
care.
friends-
like,
We have friends now who have like 3 kids.
right. It just, I mean, it changes your life, you know.
In a good
Yeah.
way.
Oh,
But
I'm sure,
I'm
yeah.
not ready for that, I don't think.
No, it's definitely a positive way, but you can't do whatever the fuck you want, and you know.
Yeah, no, your life, the second you have a kid, I think, is no longer about you
Yeah.
if you're a good parent.
I mean, if you're selfish, the kid,
I mean, you
the kid
need to
might
enjoy
die.
your, like, you need to have your things that make you happy too, or you're going to drive yourself nuts, I guess. But
and you get a hell of a lot more busy.
yeah, dude. Because imagine it's like you still have to do your whole life.
And then
you
someone
just
else's.
inserted another person's life that you're completely responsible for 18 years.
Yeah.
No wonder my dad was like, ha, waving so happily goodbye. Like, don't come back. Kicked me out the door. No, he didn't really. But parents have to be so happy, though, when then their kids move out. Like,
Seeing
a little
little-
bit.
Oh,
You
I
know
thought
what I
you
mean?
meant like having kids.
Like, think about it. It's like, I
You can
finally
get
get
rid
my
of kids.
life back. Or is that just me being selfish? Like,
It's probably like so much later. Like, you're a different person after after all that, you know.
Most
Oh, you
cases,
have
they
to.
don't want you to leave.
yeah, my mom doesn't want me to leave.
Yeah, mine either.
Same.
I don't think my dad would have a problem with me being gone. Like, for real, like he's like, eh. But I don't want to be here very much longer either. Like I love it here, but it's like I don't know.
I
can't.
do-
Part of it's like that I think that like
Yeah.
that more like you're talking about
I'm on the
image
verge.
thing from last week.
Kind of,
Which like I think
I
part of the
almost
reason I
want to
want
get
live
my
here-
own house, but then I don't
Don't
because
buy one.
it just saves so much money, you
Yeah,
know.
dude, stupid
And, like,
expensive.
Buy a cheap one though. What you should do. If
You
you're
know,
gonna
my
buy one-
place is
No, buy a crappy
spacious,
one.
so
Mhm.
Tulsa,
Oh, yeah, dude.
what you should do if you're seriously going to buy one is buy one that's not in great shape. Make sure someone checks the foundation. Make sure someone checks the roof. Make sure someone checks the major shit's good, but then it's got a lot of little shit wrong with it. Okay, you get it for cheaper because there's a lot of shit wrong with it. You fix the little shit yourself.
No.
Or hire someone who's a handyman, who's your friend. And Joey would help you. Nate would help you. If you paid him,
Bro.
you could find friends
I
who would
don't
do
want to
stuff
flip
for cheaper.
houses. I
The
make
thing-
sure it's
the
No, but I'm
thing-
saying if you're gonna buy a house and then you're gonna want to some point move somewhere but here, then you can make money on it because a lot of times around here, it's like you're gonna buy a house for the appraisal value if other people want it, and you're probably never gonna get that again.
Dude, move up to Detroit. There's like so many empty houses, man. You can get a badass house for $10,000, you know.
for free. You could just
Right. Dude, you
take
should-
down the wood
They'll
and just
give you
move in.
land.
You have a company. You should relocate to Detroit, man.
If you promise
I don't
to
know which way
build
it is,
something,
I don't want to do that.
it's, if you promise to build something, I think it was the program there, wasn't it in Detroit, that they'll give you a block of land.
I think they'll give you a house if you. Or yeah.
They give you a block of land if you promise you're gonna build some kind of business on it, and you can build whatever you want.
Well, then you got to pay for the building.
But it's
That'll
there
be
was
a lot
rules
of
on
money.
it.
Building
There
an
was
entire
rules on it,
building?
yeah. But you get the block. You get a whole block of real estate.
Probably a cheap
In a
city to
city.
live in, but
I mean, yeah, you don't
For a
get
reason.
land free anywhere, so that's pretty
You
spectacular.
have to build a, but yeah, they're just Detroit's a sad.
yeah, man.
That's what we were talking about economics shit earlier. It's like they're the major example of Galesburg, and like they're like Flint.
No joke, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when factories leave, what happens with those trade deals? When you lose blue collar jobs, what happens to a city? Like you lost half of Ford or most of Ford production and Chrysler and all that shit when, you know, when the trade deal got signed, and then there's no jobs for 3/4 of Detroit. You know what I mean? 3/4 of Flint, the people who are making cars. They're just like, what? General Motors and Ford are no longer, it's like, what are we doing now? What's going on? There's no more cars being made here in Detroit?
We're going to start this podcast.
No, we're not recording yet, are we?
I never started.
Right, good. I did some cool work today, kind of.
I got a headache.
Doubt it.
No, it's work.
It was you, man.
No, it was, fuck off. I'm going to tell you then.
Tell the listeners then.
No, it wasn't actually that cool.
I'm fuck with
No, we're not planting right now because we got all that rain.
Yeah.
So you guys don't know where we're at. We're in Illinois, but we got a shit ton of rain in the last week. Like we got probably like 6 inches in a 3-day span, and so everything was flooded. My basement fucking flooded. I had to move some carpet and chairs and have heaters and dehumidifiers and fans everywhere. It was the worst. But yeah, the fields are all flooded. So at the farm that I work at, like I said, I'm a farmer. We're not planting, so we're working on a boat. And we ripped out the whole inside of a boat, and then we redid the floor, and we're reupholstering it. And
that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? That's one of the cool things about the farm, though, is I've learned a lot of shit I'll never... It's like not something I'll ever use as a trade, you know what I mean? But it's like a lot of knowledge I've gained, like how to do some plumbing, how to work on cars. I didn't know a damn thing about engines before I went in there, you know what I mean? And now I know a little bit. No, I still couldn't fix your engine, but I could diagnose. Is
that a leaky spark tube? Car's totaled.
Your wanger bangers all off the hook.
Wanger bangers.
Dude, it's so flooded by my house.
It's still just cool to do
thought about taking kayaks out.
Yeah, you should have gone out and caught those carp, man.
I thought about it, but I don't got a license. But
so Nate was saying that. Go ahead and say there's fish in the field by you.
Yeah, where I live, there's a creek right there, and we've got all this damn rain. And up north, there's like a levee that broke and hella water coming down, but like cornfields are flooded all over, and
so it just looks like a lake when you look out. It's a weird thing to see that somewhere that before was just like a harvested field, or a planted field, where they'd have all their stuff done. It looks like a normal piece of land, and then in a matter of hours or half a day, it's literally all water.
It's flooded like a half mile out probably, but yeah, driving down the road and there's like fish flopping around and stuff. And
there wasn't enough water for them anymore.
Cornfield. I mean, like not really flopping, but you can see
them moving,
see them darting and stuff. Yeah.
Those I think they're usually carp and then catfish. They'll come up because they're looking for grain that's left over, and they know that, so they go out there and they look for grain.
That's interesting. This is the time like all the weird stuff gets washed up into the fields too. Find like strange shit things.
At a certain point, though,
this is Farm Talk on the Good Note podcast.
It's weird. At a certain point, there's this insurance thing that you don't even like. That,
oh yeah, of the profit
of what it would be, 45% or something like that.
I might fall asleep.
You can cut all this out, motherfucker. You haven't said anything. So you could try to contribute some alternate conversation, Mr. Table Looker.
I did just watch that movie, The Dirt, the Motley Crue movie.
Is it good?
MGK plays the drummer in it.
He's been doing a lot of acting.
But yeah, that movie's pretty good.
Oh,
yeah.
The Dirt?
I heard it was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
I
didn't know anything about Motley Crue's
story. Break down this
story.
Eminem song for me.
I'd have to play it to do it. It's a Logic song.
Oh.
Logic featuring Eminem, but any song Eminem's on, it's his.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it goes.
Top 5 songs?
Top 5 songs?
Eminem songs? Might be hard, I know. Personal question, sorry.
Our worst episode.
I like it. Fuck y'all.
No, not because of you. We both suck right now. No topics.
Probably Business would be the first one.
Don't know it.
There's a lot.
Yeah. I probably just know like the
What's
mainstream
your specialty?
ones.
This is your speciality.
The business one about business.
Lay it on me.
No, it's like, let's get down to business.
Oh, okay.
I don't got no time to play around. What is this?
Dude, some D12 back in the day. I love that
D12
shit, dude.
was sick.
I was like 13 years old. It's fucking hilarious.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yep. The Eminem Show album was incredible.
Oh, hell yeah, yeah.
That entire album.
Which one's that?
Came out in 2001.
What's the album cover look like?
The cover's the red curtain. Him sitting on stage. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the one with D12?
No.
Oh, what was that?
There might have been some guys from D12 in there. The D12 Devil's Night was the first one, and then D12 World was their second album.
Oh, I meant the one with Eminem. Like they had, didn't they have one together?
D12 is Eminem's group.
Oh, okay.
Dirty Dozen. It's
for sure.
A group of dudes. Yeah. It's a group of 6 guys. They have 2 alter egos.
Oh, okay.
So it's 12 people. Yeah.
Interesting.
6 people, 2 alter egos, 12 people, Dirty Dozen, D12.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
And you get the hip hop facts here.
He definitely had like a range. He had the funny shit. He had the twisted shit.
The thing was, they all had alter egos. It was like Eminem. That's when Slim Shady was born.
Okay.
That was his alter ego in D12. I don't remember the rest. I mean, like Bizarre and shit, but yeah.
I don't know that much.
Bugs.
You're way over my head.
Was a guy. Proof. Was Porter? I can't remember if Porter was in there or not. He might have came afterwards.
I remember some of those jams though. Fucking good stuff.
Yeah.
Porter's an alter ego too.
I don't know. Remember all the other guys' altered egos, but
Oh, that's all their names from D12.
some of them. I don't think I named all of them.
I don't know any of them.
I might have messed some up too. I don't really remember. D12 was
I
popping
never
in what, like
known.
2006?
Fuck, I couldn't even tell you.
Man,
My problem is I just listen to the same shit all the time.
I've literally listened to this Homicide song like 50 times today. I had to break down the
Dissecting
lyrics.
it.
That's what I do.
Or you might as well like write it down and shit and dissect it, you know.
I wanted
Or, like,
to.
look at the lyrics.
I
you know?
was going to because he told me yesterday we're doing the podcast at 9 or 10, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do that. And then he hits me at like 4:40. Can we do it at 5:30 or
Oh,
whatever? And I was like, oh, fuck. And then I didn't have time to sit down and like write it all down.
I feel you. That's interesting. That'd be a good YouTube video like you talked about.
Yeah, a lot of
Oh,
people do that, and they get a lot of views for it.
What's up? Buy a tie-dye. They're fucking dope.
GoodNoteStore.com. We just put out so much new stuff, and I now got it. You can go through categories, like t-shirts, long sleeves, pants, all that stuff. You can now sort through size because there's so many things on the website, and they're all random. Now you can sort through your personal size, which is nice for people.
You got the dick socks customized by size?
Dick socks not available yet.
I'm a medium. Yeah.
You brought me Jimmy John's? Oh no, that's
Freaky fast.
I would give a homeless guy a hand job for a Hawaiian roll. I'm telling you right now.
He's got a Hawaiian roll here, folks. What just happened in the kitchen?
spare bread, sir. Oh, I was just kidding.
It's in your hand now. I was so hungry. I just
You don't want to
fucking-
know what he did for it?
I'm so hungry.
Nate.
I'd feed him like a bird.
Not yet, right?
Dogs have the best life.
There are people that probably...
All they do is eat, shit, and sleep.
There are probably people that do...
That could
like,
get boring.
birdie.
What if they have ambition, they just can't complete it?
Nah, man.
You don't think Murph has some
I mean,
untapped
yeah, I
art
would get bored of
potential?
just eating, shitting, and sleeping.
They say...
No, Murph is perfectly content doing nothing but those three things. Like, I'm telling you. And getting petted. Like, that's all he wants to do.
Evidently, I think he wants to do a podcast. The way he
Yeah,
hopped
he's-
up and got on that mic,
It'd be weird.
but he just
even
doesn't
bark.
know how or can't. He can't. He doesn't know the value of $1. He doesn't get to buy things.
He doesn't even know how to... He doesn't bark, so I don't know how he's going to do a podcast.
I don't know what he'd talk about either. Dog
I licked
food,
my balls today.
how the grass
Yeah.
smells and shit, you know.
Then I
He's
went
probably got
outside.
stories and
I
shit,
was
you know?
fucking forced to take a bath.
Bark. Or I didn't bark. I looked at a car. Sometimes he'll bark at other dogs. That's the only thing he'll really bark at.
Hey, motherfucker.
That's what it is. Tough
Back
talk.
off. Yeah, tough talk.
But like I said, no loyalty. Like, watch. I'm gonna quit petting him. Done.
He did a straight walk
Zero
away.
fucks.
I feel like my dog would die for me. Straight up.
Your dog would die without you.
Don't say that.
Chihuahuas are so helpless. I'm telling you.
Nah,
Though.
they get a bad rap, man.
If you put a Chihuahua in the wild, a
Oh,
hawk
yeah.
is just gonna swoop.
No doubt, no doubt he would die without me.
I'm
So
saying.
Murph would
Yeah,
make
Murph,
it.
he's
Yeah,
not making it-
long.
I don't know. I saw him eat a mouse. He catches mice, and my dad
On
said
the-
he caught a
on
bird
the
out of the air
regular?
once. All he would do is he would just find another house. He would just
Yeah.
go to their door and.
I'd say most dogs probably need an
Yeah.
owner. You know what I mean?
Man, I don't know. I think
Maybe
a lot
not.
of dogs.
I guess a lot of
bigger
big
dogs
dogs,
would be
yeah.
fine. I think. Like,
People talk about coyote or dogs joining like coyote packs, but I think it's kind of bullshit. I don't know.
no, I think that really happens.
Yeah.
I mean, like huskies and like I
A
don't know,
big dog.
like
a dog that
big,
can fend for itself.
Yeah,
Like Murph, they're just gonna eat.
huskies, German shepherds,
Like they have no value for
dogs
Murph.
like that.
What's Murph gonna do for the coyotes?
Oh right, be a decoy for something.
Oh, maybe he's a good mouser.
He's like, you're talking shit, and I'm right the fuck here.
No, I love you, buddy. You're the best dog ever.
He's like, wait till I start a podcast.
Wait till I get my voice
I'm
back.
dropping all your
Right.
secrets.
He's gonna join you and my dad's podcast that's just talking shit
Shitting on
about
Danton.
me.
Called Damn It Danton.
Yeah, my dad wants to talk shit about Danton podcast is what he wants to start.
We could do hours, man.
We could do hours. This is my best friend Nate and my dad talking shit about me. I'm letting him rock. Ginger flow down to my balls, yo.
I did one of those numbers.
Shaft to
You
toe.
ever done one of those numbers where you're using the electric razor and then it dies mid fucking thing and your hair just gets tangled in it? Awful.
But have you ever nicked your sack?
Yes. Oh my god,
my
yes.
God.
Ow.
I don't bring anything battery powered next to my
Really?
close to my dog.
You bring straight razor
little
shave your
scissor, little
balls?
scissor cut. You know?
That seems
that's too
way
much
more
time.
dangerous.
And regular shaver. On
I've
the
done the
dick.
scissors. It just seems like
Like old time barber
No,
I just use the shaver with like.
on your balls and shit.
Yeah, do you,
yeah,
I
just
don't.
very carefully.
I'd be scared.
My new one won't even nick it.
Yeah,
Really, except for
we careful.
no, my new shaver thing. everyone, they don't sponsor us, but Philip Norelco One Blade, best shaver for your face and balls.
No.
Guaranteed.
No plugs.
No reason for it.
This is the spot.
Anything that goes is not getting. I'm not going by my balls. I'm sorry.
The Phillips Norelco will nick your shaft.
Phillips Norelco.
Mine doesn't. If you got steady hand.
You gotta be steady.
In what is it? In China, heart surgeon number one.
Number one.
Steady hand.
To make this episode interesting, we've decided to play a game. We're gonna record it. We have a revolver in front of us.
Oh, okay.
We put one bullet
How'd that gun get there?
to the chamber. We're playing Irish roulette.
Can I go 6 times in a row?
please.
I'll go first. I'll go second.
I'll go second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth.
Can I just play by myself?
Give me all the bullets.
I'll show you guys how it goes, and then.
I'll tell you something weird.
Let's up the odds. 5 out of 6. 2 of us gotta go.
5 out of 6.
You ever just wake up and you're like, man, it'd be easier if I was dead?
That's what
Not that I want to be dead, but just...
that's all it is. That was the easy way.
Sometimes I think about, like...
I got so much to do today. Wish I was dead. Right. You know what I mean? Like...
That's what motivates me to, like, get up and fucking get going.
Yeah.
If I got nothing to do, I'm gonna be upset when I wake up.
There's this weird thing. It's like an object in motion stays in motion, man. I'm telling you. Like
the human emotions are fucking crazy.
When you're doing stuff, though,
they make people fucking kill people.
Emotions?
It's human emotion is the most powerful thing.
Also, completely nonsensical.
Sometimes.
Like, think about how many times you felt an emotion and it's totally wrong for the moment. Like, you get angry and then you realize this is mine. You know what I mean? You get angry and then you realize later it's like, oh, I was wrong. It's like, oh, fuck, you know?
Sometimes like, instantly after.
You misinterpret something that makes you sad or, like, hurt, and then you realize later it's like, oh, that's not even what they meant.
Or overreacting.
You know what I mean? Yeah, or I overreacted. That happens so much. Like, so many times I don't think your emotions are really, they're not always, they lie to you. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times, I think. You gotta follow your heart, but you gotta use your head. That's like the most, like, cliche advice ever.
They control you more than you control them, though.
Your heart? Yeah, it's like that free will thing.
Yeah.
We were talking about that last week. What do you think about aliens? Because I was watching, first of all,
some
I like
weird
watching
stuff.
There's a lot of crazy alien people. But I'm starting to genuinely believe that our government knows a shit ton more about aliens than, like...
They're leading us to believe.
Yeah.
The universe is so massive that there has to be other living stuff to me.
Right?
It might be infinite.
Dude, the other planets? There's so much.
Like,
there's so many interviews with people who are astronauts.
Are we living in
aliens.
Are we living in a simulation?
I just saw a picture of, like, it was a huge picture, and then they go like that, and they're like, that's 1 trillion stars, right? So it's like, this is even fucking more. Those stars are the same as our sun. So if any planet is in a similar rotation to the sun as Earth is, with the types of gases and shit,
and just a similar mass is what they think.
I mean, that'd just be for our kind of life too. We don't know what the fuck other kinds of deep frozen life and fucking dark life, shit like that, you know, stuff we have no idea.
Our understanding of life is just through like what we've seen and experienced, and then humans.
Right.
So like we think anything smart is gonna have to be like us, but I don't know, man. Because think about if they're the government. Do you think they could really tell everyone like, yo, we know there's little Martians that have ships way beyond our technology? Like that would freak people the fuck out,
dude,
right?
You can't. You know?
Some people. I'd be like, that's pretty neat. That's crazy.
I don't think we have.
I'm glad we're up on this stuff.
I don't think we live in a society that would.
Have you seen the interviews?
I don't think we live in a society that would be able to handle that shit.
Yeah.
People would kill each other and riot and fucking.
It would cause so much religious outbreak.
Kill each other
the
for
world
less,
would be destroyed. Probably.
Religious outbreak is what would happen.
No joke. Wars, man.
It would invalidate so many religions, dude.
Maybe there are peacekeepers too, though.
Well, finally.
No joke.
Except I think the Pope came out and said that there was probably extraterrestrials. The new Pope's dope. That's why.
Maybe they're easing into it.
But yeah, the Pope. There's all kinds of. In the Vatican. Oh man, the Vatican knows some shit too.
The
Vatican, dude. The Vatican has libraries of information from.
We gotta cut this.
Ancient stuff. No, we don't gotta cut this. The Vatican can come find me. They know they have all this shit. They have so much information, man, locked in vaults that like no one can ever get to. Ancient scrolls, information about past stuff that only the Vatican knows, man. Because huge libraries across the world were burnt, you know. But the Vatican's always had their freaking libraries.
I'd like to visit someday, though. I've seen pictures inside, man. It's amazing.
And it's so small. So small, dude.
That's what
It's
she's
its own
like.
entity too.
So small. How many millions and millions of people go there every year to visit? It's insane. It's insane.
You know.
But anyway, back to aliens. Have you seen all the freaking interviews with like fighter pilots, like people from NASA, former astronauts who are like, yeah, man, they're shit. Like, we know about it. Like, the government knows about it. Like, oh yeah, our fighter pilot's like, yeah, I saw some. I was in the fastest jet we have, and something came up to me, stopped, and then shot off and went right past me faster. It's like these are high-ranking ex-military people. It's like, why would they lie? You know what I mean? Like
PTSD.
Man, there's got to be aliens.
And I don't know. I assume there
Or that's
is.
just one I want to believe. But
That's
I think,
something
honestly,
I believe in.
like,
There's been some stuff in the sky that's like pretty unexplainable.
I've seen weird stuff. You know.
Yeah.
You ever heard of the Battle of L.A.?
I think so. Wait, was
Remember
that?
That's a real thing.
Maybe.
So they made a movie about it. But the Battle of L.A. really happened. I'm pretty sure it was in the 40s, wasn't it? It was during World War II, or I think it was in the 40s. Look it up on your phone real quick. But
Ain't you Jamie Denton?
the Battle of L.A. The Battle of L.A., man, the entire military for like an hour and a half or something, shot anti-aircraft shit and sounded a sirens. And in Los Angeles, at this object that was in the sky, they pointed lights at it and they were shooting at it. Anti-aircraft shit for like an hour. And then it was gone.
They say it's Japan.
Huh?
They say it was Japan. A rumored name given by contemporary sources to the rumored attack by Japan and subsequent anti-aircraft artillery barrage.
But it was in L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, a whole day.
But the government thing, they said it was an air balloon. But I don't think it was attacked by Japan.
It
I think
says, says rumors, yeah. Oh. Identified a meteorological balloon.
That's what they say.
Started all the shooting. Yeah, so they say. That was in the 40s.
Mhm.
It's probably easy to cover shit up. After.
Classic cover. I've used
I'm just
that
saying, how
one
does the U.S.
5 times
military shoot at
myself.
an air balloon for an hour?
No joke, yeah.
It's a balloon.
What'd they think it was, yeah.
A ship, obviously. Right? There's some weird unexplained shit that
Sketchy.
has happened.
This makes me want to dive into alien documentaries tonight.
Dude,
when I get
half of them
home.
are kooks.
God,
Half of
dude.
them are nuts.
I always
And-
forget I got shit to do, and then I get upset,
You
and
can
then I'm
play
like,
it in
oh
the
wait, I
background
fucking
and
love
listen.
my job.
You can
like
make
it's a
tie-dyes.
cycle that happens
Oh, yeah.
like every hour.
Yeah, but listen to this. Instead of listening to the same Eminem song you've heard 1,000 times, while you're making a tie-dye, you can put on information that you
See,
can learn something.
I've been putting on stuff lately. Like I threw on Norm Macdonald comedy last night. He's fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't listen to a single fucking thing he said when I was working. For some reason, when it's like a visual thing that I'm supposed to be catching, I'm like not listening. I'm not interested whatsoever. When there's music
Your
playing,
brain's
I'm
probably
like
too focused. You're not
I'm like
focused
rapping
on
with it the entire time. So like I know I'm listening to it, or it's just
Well, you also know
I probably would just rap if there was no music. I do. When there's no music on,
Mhm.
I'll just play the song myself because I know every fucking word.
Music does stuff for it. It's good for the soul.
Yeah,
Music's
it
incredible.
does.
I knew a doctor. For his lunch break every day, he listened to the exact same song, same playlist for fucking years.
Really?
And it puts you in like a weird place, you know.
Well, I think
a
it's like
calming thing.
We talked about that with sad songs, like or songs that related to like a past moment, and when you listen
Yeah.
to them, like they bring up that
Yeah, bro.
that whole situation for you.
That's
It's
an interesting
weird.
thing. You remember
It's super
feelings
weird.
too. Yeah.
you feel exactly what you felt, and it's like, it's weird a song has that much power on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they did this study with, I think it was with monkeys, man, but it was trying to figure out if, because there's like this weird thing that we're one of the animals in our group, because there's like birds have songs and stuff like that, but like there's distinctions, and I think in some mammals or something that they can't pick up, like listening to a rhythm and distinguish between like that's just noise or that goes together as one coherent song. You know what I mean? They hear it as like bump noise, bump noise, bump noise, bump noise, bump noise. They don't hear it as like bump 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 bump. You know what I mean? They just hear noise, 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 noise. They can't even process that it's music because they can't process rhythm and time. And it's like that's another weird thing.
That's insane.
So that there's something like that is connected to our ability to make music.
It's like
I watched this weird thing on Netflix about it, and it's a weird. But they were trying to figure out like if other animals could pick it up. There was like even like a cockatoo. There's like cockatoos that will like
yeah.
they bump their head to like music.
That's what I was
it seems
thinking.
My
Like.
bird
I would
does
assume
the
birds
music.
could, you know.
Mhm.
My bird was getting to the point because I rap. Remember, I used to make everything in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, when we had no space at all, living in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
But the bird was right next to my work area, and so I'd listen to music all day and just be rapping. He would
Really?
get to the part where he would try. You could tell he was trying to rap the song,
Yeah.
but he just didn't know the words. It'd be like, like that's what would come out of this bird.
That's
But
cool.
like he bobs his head to the music, dances. He'll like walk steps to like dance.
You'll see dogs that do that, like dogs that like try to like howl with it too. You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
you see, so it's like I think some animals probably can. I don't know. I'll have to watch the thing.
It's like an
it was
evolutionary
interesting
thing,
though.
yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about how it's like not all animals can. And there was this musician. They brought, that was the weird thing. There's a musician, and she's a famous musician, and she lost the ability to hear music or something for a time. I can't remember if she got it back or if she still can't, but she still makes music. But like she lost the ability for a while. I think she got like a head injury or something to like process music, and it came through to her as no longer music. It just came through as noise.
That's interesting.
And it was like literally, it's like a thing in your brain. Like if you lose the ability to hear it.
Have
like
you heard of the
lose
thing
ability
called
to hear
perfect
it.
pitch?
Pitch Perfect, the song?
No, some people have this thing called perfect pitch.
Oh yeah, where they can
Hit
it perfect.
No, like
whatever,
when
they match it.
When you hear music, like all you hear like is like G F sharp G like it, like fucks up your shit because like when you listen to music, all you're hearing is these notes and that's all you can think of.
Really?
Like a lot of people have a
I
problem
thought it was
with
just
it. Not
that
a
they
lot
could-
of people, but like
I thought
it's a
it was
problem
they could
for
just
some
match
people.
it. I didn't know they heard it like that.
There's some people that don't have it as bad to where it's a talent.
Mm-hmm.
Like Charlie Puth, it's like he has that talent. Like if you like play or sing a note, he can tell you what note you're singing.
Interesting.
Yeah, but then there's some people that have it as bad to where like they can't even function because they're just
That's all they
thinking
hear.
of notes the whole
Damn,
time. It's crazy,
That's nutty, yeah.
Well, that sounds shitty.
right? Kind of sounds like anxiety, but just like you think about music all day and
Well,
not just like overthink.
It
stuff
sounds
all day.
almost to me like it'd be like hearing a voice in your head. You're like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're like, E, F. You're just like, why won't you fucking stop? Like, that would suck. That would fucking suck.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
4 hours
If, you,
sometimes.
if someone was going to take one sense from you, like one of your 5 senses, what would it be?
Probably touch.
I don't know. You can never have sex again. Plus, that's dangerous. There's people who have that, and it's like you can't feel pain.
I'm saying it'd be alright.
Yeah, but then if you like break a rib and you,
Oh, true.
or
you're
you have
right.
like a piercing pain in your
Yeah,
spleen,
fuck all that.
people, it can be really
Damn,
dangerous.
you wouldn't even need to. You wouldn't know when you need to pee. Even.
No, but
Well,
compare
you
it
have
to
to probably know
compare
what
it to
you
the
need.
Oh,
others,
that's a
though.
feeling, bro.
No, it's just pain though that they can't feel.
Oh, well,
Of that
that's
people.
sense of touch, though. Is you know what I'm talking.
Yeah.
No,
Feel.
compare that to the other ones, though. That's my option too.
Okay, you can't use feel.
Yeah, that's a
Or-
fucking shitty one. Actually, that's the worst one to choose.
I don't know. Life would be weird without any feeling. Sitting down, you wouldn't be able to feel. Like you probably wouldn't be able to walk very well.
I'll get rid of my nose.
Oh, I'm
like,
just
have you ever
thinking
heard
from
of-
the hands point of view.
Yeah, have you ever heard of
Huh.
what's it called?
Yeah,
It's
no joke.
necropathy. I think is what it's called. It's when you it almost feels like
It
necropathy.
feels
Almost
feel
is
like
like
you're on like hydrocodone all day.
except
all the
it wouldn't
time.
feel good. Like hydrocodone is like euphoria.
Is that
it's
like
like-
phantom?
It's
limb
what you
shit,
get
though?
after. It's like what you get after you get your teeth pulled.
Yeah, no, necropathy. Is it like
necropathy.
phantom limb shit?
And no, it's like it's like you feel numb on the bottom of your feet. So
Oh yeah.
like you lose your sense of balance. Like it makes my grandpa. He got necropathy really bad, and so it's like it makes him not be able to stand as well. So he has this machine that he stands on, and it just like vibrates your feet like a massager, and it's supposed to like I think rebuild nerves or something or help you learn to feel again. But like yeah, he started falling a lot when he got it, and he had to go on a walker because like he lost his sense of balance as much because his feet where he didn't have feeling in his feet.
It's wild.
Right, and so I don't know. Life would be weird to function without any feeling.
Yeah, it's like the worst one, really. I'd probably get rid of my sense of smell.
But
Man,
then
that's a
then I
tough
feel like
one.
if you get rid of sense of your
You lose the
smell,
good
you
and the
also
bad.
get rid of your sense of taste.
Nah,
Yeah, taste is like 70%
too
smell. or
snapper,
whatever.
dog.
Yeah, but that's why they. Have you ever heard that?
Oh
It's
yeah.
like you plug your nose.
That's
it
kind of
doesn't-
bullshit, I think, though.
No, look it up.
Right.
A nose that in less than tip-top condition can affect taste buds too. Researchers say 80% of the flavors we taste come from what we smell, which is why foods become relatively flavorless when we're plugged up. Bold choice, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off.
Dip, duck, dodge, dive, and dodge. I don't know.
Dodge.
What is it? Dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
We could sell our blood and semen.
Not together.
Pirates. Yeah, not together. Dodgeball. You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball.
Dumb and Dumber's on Netflix now.
Is
I
it?
fucking love
I haven't
that
seen
movie.
Dumb and Dumber in years.
Big gulps, huh?
Big gulps.
All right.
Alrighty.
Well, talk to you later. It's just like, that's me. That's an encounter I would have.
All right.
Big gulps, huh? All right, talk to you later. Like, I don't know what to say. Just walk away all weird.
Dude, every time I like buy something, how are you? Good. How are you? Good. Yep.
Have a good one.
Thank you much.
It's your birthday, and they're like, happy birthday. You too. You're like,
Oh,
fuck.
yeah, you're right.
Man, what's another one
I
that's
feel like,
like that?
at fast food places, like enjoy your
Oh,
meal,
yeah.
or enjoy your movie at a movie.
Yeah.
They do that just so
Enjoy your meal.
Just so,
You too.
Yeah, just so you fuck up.
Fuck.
Hate myself.
Now I gotta leave.
You too.
I just saw one on Reddit. It was like this girl's like, I went into a gas station and got a sandwich and some chips and went to the counter and the guy's like, you want to get a drink? And she's like, no, I'm taking. It's like, it's part of the combo meal.
Nah, I'm taking. That's hilarious. Oh, she had to be so embarrassed.
Right.
Or it wasn't part of the combo meal, and he was smooth as fuck, played it off. It's like, oh,
He was super
it was part of the
that.
combo meal.
And he goes, if any hot chick comes in and gets a chicken or a sandwich and fucking chips,
It's like his,
ass.
it's like his maneuver. It's like worked out
Some
again.
shady.
I feel like I talk too much.
Talked more in Tulsa, so good. Thank
This
you.
has been great, dude. I haven't had to talk at all.
Yeah, you're the
Hardly.
worst co-host.
This is now that we can have guests, dude. All I got to do is sit back and then spend an entire day editing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, isn't it awesome? I love it. This
Say
way.
last week is probably nice. With the,
Yeah, last week's was nice, dude. It took like maybe not even 2 hours to edit.
Yeah.
so.
And one time we recorded like 2.5 hours. I edited that thing all Sunday, and it was like I got it done at like 12:01 a.m. and then uploaded it at like 12:05 a.m. after I got all the tags done.
Damn, bro.
One night I fell asleep at my desk. That was fun.
It's funny. I just imagine like t-shirts strung all over and fucking like coffee.
That
in
was
the-
weird.
That's when you know you need to get more sleep, Tulsa.
I'm all right.
It's the meth. That's what he started.
Wasn't that my thing last
yeah,
week?
that's what you said you were gonna do for your.
Yeah, this week's been crazy, man. I've been up like 6 days.
slept since
Good.
last podcast.
so much done. I've got so much fucking done.
Feeling great. I've been
so much shit
eating.
fucking done.
I've lost 14 pounds.
I did start eating healthy.
And I'm down 14.
Again.
Welcome to episode 10 of Good.
You can do that. You can do
Welcome back to
that.
Hypocrites episode 10.
Let's get
This is a
going.
podcast where we're always hyper. We just speak a lot. We talk about a lot of things. We go.
Go, 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 go.
I got shit to say, man.
Oh man, no, I didn't.
No, I didn't do meth this week.
He didn't do meth, and lots of people do, man, and teach their own. I have
About how to
problem with
spit take
anybody
there.
else's.
Yeah, yes, we're going to be doing spit takes.
That West boss from Utah. So.
Oh,
Oof.
perfectly timed. Right on his tent. What is it? Pant tent.
Yeah, my pants tent.
Sense pence. It's the hen's pence. All right,
Did I
moving on.
start? Yes, you did.
Did I stutter? Dr. Phil shit.
I was thinking of Stanley from The Office.
Oh yeah, he does say
when
that
he
too.
gets
Did I
fucking
stutter?
Mad.
Yeah, he gets all pissed.
Scary mad.
He's like, everybody. They're arguing in the office. Mike was like, everybody out. Like, you can just go to a different room. Makes everybody leave the office. And he's like, I don't understand why you're being so mean to me.
Right? He's such a little girl about it. And then Stanley just rips him one.
I have the least respect for you. So much. Lays it in.
I forget what he gets so pissed about.
Michael's dumb meetings,
Yeah,
I
he's
think.
doing some bullshit.
No, he's doing his crossword. He's like,
Yeah, and you want
making
No,
Stanley input.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, thank you. No, like, you know, whatever. No. Did I stop? I love when he talks to Toby about it. He's like, should we address this? And he's like, he said, did I stutter? And I said, what? And then, like treating it like they were friends joking around.
See, Michael has the same strategy as that guy at Casey's. Like, you know, he's like, you want to get a drink? And then he just quickly comes back with a what? He's like, oh, that's part of the combo. You know, it's the same thought process. It's the same thought process.
I don't think so. Tim. You know what show that's from?
Nope. Tim and
Home Improvement.
it is Home Improvement.
Al?
I like
I don't think so, Tim.
I like So I saw this thing. I know you don't want to talk about it, but I saw this thing on Facebook, and there's this guy in Galesburg, and he was working a crane, and he had a Trump flag from his crane. And I'm not a Trump supporter. I voted against Trump. I voted for Hillary. Talked about that before. Voted for Obama before them. But the guy got told from a city official he couldn't fly his Trump flag, which I think is a little ridiculous. Like, the guy's not allowed to share his political opinion, like, about the president. I don't understand how you can tell a guy, you know what I mean? Like, like I said, I still don't support the guy at all, but I don't see how you can tell someone else they can't have. It wasn't an offensive flag. It was literally just a Trump flag. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to be running for office again, and you guys aren't even going to comment, are you? He doesn't want it in here, so he's just on his phone, and I can tell you don't want to comment.
I'm listening.
But I don't know. You know what I mean? I just feel like you can't tell people. You have no interest.
Politics.
I just think
I'm doing.
I just don't see how you can tell people they can't even share their opinion. You know what I mean? I feel like that shouldn't be allowed. Like, if I wanted to have a Hillary flag.
But like we talked about, I mean, when I hear someone's a Trump supporter, it kind of makes me think different, you know? And it shouldn't.
It shouldn't, for sure. Because not all of them are pro pussy grabbing.
We can have a normal fucking life.
Well, one of the problems.
Politics don't matter.
One of the problems with politics and when people talk about it is the same with religion.
I get roped into it, dude. I'm going back to my phone or I'm going to end up talking about it.
No, you need to talk about it. It's a podcast, Tulsa. We need the co-host on it. Put your phone down.
No.
You're a cock. But so it's one of the things about, like, the reason they say don't talk about politics or religion is because people have so much passion about it that they can't. They get to this point where it's like they think they can get to the point where they're gonna get the other person to look at them and be like, "Oh, you're right. I completely changed my viewpoint to exactly the way you view the world."
Never.
And it's not gonna happen. So it's like it's okay that people have different viewpoints. You don't have to agree. You can have a civil talk, but everyone should be allowed to talk unless they're offensive. You know, super offensive, or you know what I mean.
Speaking of offensive, let me cut you off real
violence.
quick. Did you see that thing? This kid in Ohio asked his prom date to prom with this sign, and it said something about like, something about being black and like standing in a cotton field or something, and he's like, "I'm standing here asking you to prom." It's like you can't like, why are you that racist? It doesn't make sense. Right. Like, why is that? That's not okay.
It hasn't been okay for 50 years.
That's not fucking okay.
It
drives me fucking insane that people think that way. Like, oh man, I don't even want to get into that.
Ass parents or something.
I mean, it's the way he was raised, but like
that's one of the things though. Is like you gotta understand. It's even people who.
It's hard though. It's hate, you know.
So it doesn't justify anybody's actions or anybody's hateful words. But most people's, if they're hateful, were just taught to be hateful, and the only way you're gonna beat hate, as hard as it sounds, is the same shit Gandhi said. It's the same shit Martin Luther King said. It's what the people who have made serious social changes have said. The only way to beat darkness is with light. You know what I mean? You gotta beat hate with love. You gotta take somebody who's hateful and you gotta
positivity.
It's the power. It's so hard, but like if you just don't have a conversation with someone and try to explain to them why they were probably miseducated and why they're wrong, like they're never gonna change their opinion. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't justify their hatefulness or whatever. But if you want to change someone, you got to do it with a level head. You know what I mean? Like you got to come at them.
It's humans as
an equal amount of hate.
A whole. Like, there should be no split. It's humans. We're humans. We feel emotions. We all feel emotions. We all get hurt by things. We all have tragedies happen. We all have stories. We all work for the most part. we all have agendas. We all care probably too much about ourselves.
We all have some prejudices.
We're all human. We can just treat each other like human and stop killing each other.
We'll stop killing each other.
Hey.
But also, I think we all have to understand as humans, we're all fucking imperfect. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We need to quit, like, ostracizing and attacking people for one slip up too. We've all.
I think this should be a new thing.
You know what I mean? Like,
this should be a new thing. People don't glorify their highlights as much. Maybe people start glorifying their hardships more, like everybody as a whole,
or highlighting them. I don't know, but then it becomes a hardship contest. Then it becomes a hardship contest.
Yeah.
Which is equally bad because it's just people looking for pity.
Yeah,
like my life.
I don't know. I guess I don't have a solution, but
there is no solution
it's good to
to any
acknowledge
problems.
them,
Really.
you know. And I think knowing.
I just wish everybody would acknowledge that we're all human and everybody's got problems.
That's the only solution.
It's hard.
It's so
hard to acknowledge your own problems, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's so easier to point out other people's and look at your own.
You suck because.
How much easier is it to look at me and be like, Danton, this is where you fuck up in your life, than like be like, Tulsa, what am I? You know, like look at yourself. It's like so much easier. I mean, for some people, I feel like I'm overly self-critical sometimes.
I mean,
yeah.
But it's like I don't think a lot of it's hard to be honestly critical, because even I think when you're overly self-critical, you're critical of some things that aren't worthy of being critical of, and you completely overlook things in your life that are worthy of some criticism.
When you are that way, you might not know it's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's just a generic thing, but you know.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard
like
to.
If I'm a racist,
I guess in a sense, I'm blessed that I was raised in a family that had brains and realized that there's no different in a human between skin color or gender. It doesn't fucking matter.
People are people, man.
People need to be open-minded, though, I think, too.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things. It's so hard to...
You have to open your mind to things and be able to try new things and accept new things. Oh. Like, it blows... Like, for the majority, my family is very supportive of what I do. Like, my mom, my stepdad, that family and stuff. But, like the other side of the family, like my grandma and stuff, just does not understand or grasp the... Well, my grandma doesn't because she was born in the 30s. She was born, like, during the Great Depression. Like, right. She doesn't grasp the concept that I'm making money off the internet, that she has no idea how it works. So I get that. She has no idea what's going on, yeah. But, like, like, why does it even matter? Just let me do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Part of that, though, is, like, part of your family pushing you is sometimes good, even if it's not the way you want to. Because they're, like, pushing you. It's like, you're almost now... Probably like I'm gonna even make more money off the internet because you don't think I can do it.
So inspired.
You know what I mean? But like she probably thinks in her heart that she's like, I'm trying to help Tulsa out by telling him to get. You know what I mean? Like, no, she doesn't. She's critical.
You gotta meet my grandma.
I think a lot of people, it's just like, this is the way they did it. This is the way it was done. So that's the way you want it. They want you to do it.
See, the thing about my grandma is she never worked a normal job in her life. She babysat her whole life, and she'll tell you how hard it was the entire time.
Babysitting?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I hate that shit. Babysitters get paid like $20 an hour under the table.
That's all my grandma did her entire life, and then me and mom will complain about like our jobs and what we're doing, and she'll be like, "Oh, I know, I babysat for 30, 40 years."
High school girls,
what?
She had, like,
there's high school girls
maybe, but...
making so.
There's 2 families for 20 years.
Like, you should pay them well because they have their kid's life in your hand. But I mean, like, I have fucking dug trenches and been paid less than a girl who got paid to go to a water park. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like, take my kids to the water park. Here's $40 for you, and I'm gonna pay for the water park. It's like, you know what I did that day? I had a shovel in my hand for 8 hours. I came home and it's like, here's $13. You know, not $13, but I made less than you in a day, and you got to go tan. I should have babysat, is really what I'm saying.
That's like when you're looking.
But nobody wants me as a babysitter. Here, I'm here to watch your kids.
You got a bottle of Jack in each hand.
This isn't for the kids, don't worry. Well,
yeah,
just
I'm
at
getting
bedtime.
Fucked up tonight.
Just at bedtime, a little in the sippy cup. I know how it goes.
Wink, wink. Pat them on the back and walk in their house, like, invite yourself. I can picture the scenario in my head. We should record this as a skit.
No, I'm actually pretty good with kids. I do really like kids. I just don't want my own yet.
No, it's crazy. I just want my own kids because I don't like kids, and I think I'm gonna like my own.
Hope so. If you don't, you still got them. Like,
I like playing catch and shooting hoops.
Here's the thing: if I have a son and he doesn't like wrestling, gotta toss him and start over.
Well, you can teach him to like wrestling.
I remember a comedian said,
to a point.
It's good that I had kids because, like, when they bring their schoolwork home and shit, like, I could use a second run on that shit. Some of that shit, you know? I could use a refresher.
Right, but it's the worst because, dude,
you're like 40 and you got to do 7th grade algebra. You're like, what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. I was good at math, like, and I'm not going to know how to do algebra when I'm older. Like,
I don't know how to do algebra now. I forgot everything.
Do trigonometry. Do sine, cosine,
I never even did that.
For me real quick.
I did geometry.
I could do some math.
You guys remember proofs?
I could do basic algebra. I couldn't do a proof right now.
Invisible numbers?
You're getting into like pre-calc.
They could be anywhere.
That's algebra 2.
No, invisible numbers are
irrational, right?
Invisible. You're talking about irrational numbers.
Say invisible numbers could be anywhere. That's the matrix shit.
Like a negative absolute value.
It's got that weird sign, right? The invisible number is that weird. Dude, I don't remember shit.
Look up invisible numbers.
I never heard of it. Unless you're in some advanced ass shit, man. I don't know.
Or I just don't. Or me and Nate just don't remember, and you're the math guy.
We should take an IQ test on the podcast sometime. That'd be fun.
Imaginary.
I already know I'm going to score the lowest.
Like, is it a negative absolute value?
Was I right?
Imaginary. Complex
Isn't that what I said?
Can be written as a real number multiplied by the imaginary unit I.
Did I say invisible?
Mm-hmm. No, I remember the I thing.
That's close enough.
What's a negative absolute value?
I squared equals -1 in an imaginary number. I'd never heard of that shit, I don't think.
Yeah, I remember learning that, but I couldn't tell you if you would have brought that up again. My challenge for this week is do something you really enjoy. Enjoy yourself. And then when you're doing it, take a moment, and sit back and be conscious of how good you feel and how your body feels when you're happy. And just enjoy that moment. That's my challenge for you this week. Just have a happy moment doing something you like.
Just try to do something positive that you like, I would say. Not to change your thing, but...
Well,
because,
come
you
on
know,
our podcast
if you like cutting
and
the
give your
head,
own challenges.
if you
Why
like
don't
cutting
you
heads
just
off of
take
squirrels
over?
and that makes you happy, you still
Yeah,
shouldn't do that.
I mean, no, don't. Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
I was guessing most people are not here to.
Well, maybe their happy thing is not something that should make them
He
happy.
says if you like cutting the heads off of squirrels, don't do that.
If that makes you happy, you still shouldn't.
All right, yeah. If what you like doing isn't fucked up and it makes you happy, go do that, and then take a moment to reflect on how happy it made you. That's it's an easy challenge.
Euphoria.
But thanks for listening this week, guys. It was our first guest, Nate. Catch us on
Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, on YouTube, goodnotestore.com/podcast as well.
If you're listening on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating. We'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, get
On
us up
Stitcher,
there
I
on
don't
the
know, can you give ratings on
rankings.
Stitcher? Yeah, give us a couple ratings. We'd really appreciate it. Tell your friends about the podcast if you enjoy it, and comment. Give us some feedback. Got any interesting stories? Let us know. Check out goodnotestore.com. Got some cool stuff on there.
Oh
Lots
my
of new
God.
material. Lots of new inventory. We're going to have another guest, I think, next week. So catch us again next week. Thanks, guys. Peace out.
Be humble.
humble.